We should try to drink water before and after your meals, not during. If you're eating water-rich foods, you don't really have that thirst as you eat. So if this is your plate and this much of it's protein and you fill up the rest of your plate with green, water-rich, enzyme-rich foods, you won't have that really feeling of thirst. But if you're eating, protein and then starch and non-water-rich foods, then it's hard to eat that way because you are thirsty when you're eating. Plus, they talk about when you drink water during your meal, you wash the enzymes out of your mouth. That's where digestion starts, is in our mouth. And so if you eat and then you drink with it, you wash the enzymes away, so then they can't start the breakdown process of the food. So then it makes your digestive system work harder, stomach, intestine, and everything else. Plus, drinking in advance can obviously help fill you up. You've probably heard about that before, where you can, you should drink in advance because it helps fill the stomach, and then you're not as hungry. Properly combine your foods. What's that mean? Combining foods. Eat a diet that's 70% alkaline and water-rich. We'll talk about alkaline foods, but I bet if you had a guess, you can kind of figure it out. Alkaline foods is vegetables and fruits. When we talk about the pyramid of the way that we should eat, the base of our pyramid should be water. When we talk about our nutrition, it should truly be water. It's the number one nutrient that our body really needs to make our bodies function first. And then the next tier up on our pyramid should be vegetables and fruits, and it should be 65 to 70% of our nutrition should be the vegetables and fruits. And of that bracket, of that bar, with that being 65 to 70% of our nutrition, 60 to 70% of it should be vegetables, and 30 to 35% of it should be fruits. So some people, they think fruits and vegetables, they eat a heck of a lot more fruits than they eat vegetables. They kind of ignore the vegetables. So we should eat with only one concentrated food. What does that mean? In order to ensure the best digestion of nutrients, we need to understand this combining food thing. By effectively combining our foods, our organs, our digestive organs, don't have to work as hard because foods can be broken down. There's enzymes that break down foods, proteins, carbs, and fats. Proteins is protease, fats is lipase, and the carbs is sucrase. And those enzymes can cross each other out. So there's ways that we can think about combining our food, that if we eat this food with that food, then the enzymes can work together. But if there's different foods that we combine together, the enzymes cross each other out. So it halts, again, the enzyme breakdown of food, and then it makes your digestive system work harder. So if we expend less energy on digesting our food, then our body can deal with absorption and assimilation of that food and then use that food for our energy. So, what's the concentrated food? Fish, meat, baked potato. So, when we're combining foods, it's okay to have a plate with fish on it and alkaline-rich foods on it. It's okay to have a plate with meat on it and alkaline-rich food on it. It's okay to have a plate with baked potato and alkaline-rich food in on it, but you can't eat meat and baked potato together. You can't eat starchy carbohydrates together with fish and meat. It cancels each other out. Chemically, it's how it works. Scientifically, it's how it works. But if you mix it with alkaline-rich foods, they don't cancel each other out. Principles of combining foods. Protein and starch or carbs should never be combined. That's why they shouldn't be combined. A leafy green salad can be eaten with any protein, fat, or carb. It doesn't matter. The salad can go with anything. Fruit should be eaten by themselves. And the reason why is because the fiber and the acid. So if you put a pH strip on like a lemon, for example, it's acidic out here in my hand, but when it mixes with the enzymes in my body, it leaves an alkaline ash behind. Driving alkalinity in our body, and in an alkaline state, my body's in a thriving mode. not a surviving mode. But if you eat the fruits along with anything else, it blocks out that process, and then it can make it leave acid behind. So fruits should be eaten by themselves. Proper digestion is corrupted by the use of condiments, vinegar, alcohol, tobacco, soft drinks, caffeinated tea, coffee, and ice drinks. It screws up the enzymes. So then your body's working harder just to digest the food. So really what I'm talking about and what it all comes down to is truly back to that hunter and gather thing. That's the way I try to think about it, is eat what he had access to, which is vegetables, fruits, berries, unsalted nuts, seeds, and wild-caught protein. And then if we combine it the right way, we can really let our body work well. Question?
Is it okay to ask a question?
Yes.
I noticed that you've got vinegar up there for it corrupts the use of. Okay, maybe I'm not.
It's distilled vinegar. Apple cider vinegar is actually a good thing.
Okay.
It's the white vinegar, distilled vinegar.
How about rice vinegar or
Yep.
red wine vinegar?
Yep.
Is okay?
Yep. Yes. So I should have did a better job on that. That's distilled white vinegar. The ideal food pyramid. Water and deep breathing makes up my foundation. Sixty to 70% should be live foods. 70% vegetables, 30% fruits. Enzyme-rich foods. The vegetables obviously can be asparagus, broccoli, carrots, spinach, green bell peppers, celery, cucumber, herbs, wheatgrass. That would be all in my vegetable category. They're a great source of vitamins and minerals and phytonutrition, antioxidants and fiber. The fruits ideally should be non-acid producing, low sugar fruits. Avocado, lemon, lime, and again, that's where that whole lemon thing comes into play, is how it leaves that alkaline ash behind. Grapefruit, blackberry, blueberry. If the body is balanced, fruit's a great food. But in that American diet body that's very, very unbalanced, it can create a lot of problems. Because there is a lot of sugar. It's fructose. It really affects the diabetes thing. But in a balanced body, because fruit eaten in a whole form also has fiber, it helps with the process of the sugar. So in the gut, when it's trying to absorb it, it helps all together. It helps with our normal flora in our gut, which is the bacteria that lives among us, that works with our body to break stuff down. And then its byproduct is short-chain fatty acids, so it strengthens the gut wall, so then our body doesn't have a leaky gut. If sugar and the fibers in there together, it works, it's good in a balanced body. 20% of our nutrition can be vegetable and fish protein. So the vegetable protein, can be nuts and seeds, and actually we get protein from the dark green leafy vegetables too. There's proteins in there. Almonds, walnuts, hazelnuts, Brazil nuts, pine nuts. Remember the animal protein? I'll call it fish protein and animal protein because I'm going to go with stuff that's going to be more omega-3 efficient, which is any of the fish. You can do your salmon, tuna, halibut, ahi tuna, swordfish, snapper. But then with the animal protein, we want the cage-free, antibiotic, hormone-free eggs, the free-range, grass-fed, antibiotic, hormone-free chicken, as well as beef. 10% complex carbs. Ideally non-stored grains such as non-yeast bread, Ezekiel breads, whole wheat pastas, wild rice, potatoes, yams. Those are going to count there. And then oils. We need essential oils. We're going to get some of it from our fish, the omega-3 fatty acids. Those are essential oils. Our body needs them. But then virgin olive oils, flaxseed, other omega-3s and omega-6s. It's best not to heat the oils. You can, but it's best not to.